Good morning and welcome to our session on future of hybrid cloud FinOps for the EMEA region. Managing cloud spend across hybrid environments is increasingly complex, but FinOps is driving the future by uniting finance, IT, and operations with enhanced visibility, accountability, and AI-powered governance. Today, we'll explore how enterprises in EMEA are optimizing costs, improving compliance, and aligning cloud strategy with business goals and sustainability. Let me introduce myself, Val Koeken, Customer Services Partner at YASH Technologies, and today we're privileged to have two experts guiding us in this webinar. Parvez Ali, Global AVP Cloud and IT Infrastructure Services at YASH Technologies, who brings extensive experience in cloud financial operations and hybrid cloud strategies. And joining us as well is Prashant Wali, President at CloudFX, a specialist in AI-driven FinOps technologies and governance frameworks. Good morning, gentlemen. Before we start, just a little housekeeping to all attendees. We'll put you all on mute. If you have any questions, please just mention them in the Q&A section, and we will respond to them at the end of the session. All right, let's go and start our first question, which is a question for Parvez. Hybrid cloud adoption continues to accelerate, but cost visibility and governance remain top challenges. Why is this a problem so persistent even after years of cloud maturity?
Yeah, so that's true, Well. And the most enterprise now today operates across multiple clouds and on-premise environments, yet lack unified visibilities. Like, as you said, like hybrid cloud adoptions continues to grow, offering flexibility and scalability. However, even after years and years, cloud maturity, cost visibility, and governance remain significant challenges for the organizations. Why? First is the multi-cloud complexities, like multiple provider, different pricing models. Organizations often use multiple cloud providers, hyperscalers, along with on-premise infrastructure. Another regional price variations. Then is the evolving workload and scaling, like dynamic resource usages. The nature of hybrid cloud workload is dynamic. Organization scales resource up and down based on demands, and lack of the predictive analytics, like without AI-powered predictive analytics, and the disconnected IT finance teams, like siloed cost management or things are there actually. Knowing this, that we have YASH and Cloud FX partnerships, which are helping to address these challenges, like how unified governance, access environment, like centralized policy management, regional specific compliances, AI-powered cost optimization, predictive FinOps, other things are there actually. So in summary, the cost visibility and governance remains persistent challenge in hybrid cloud environment due to complexity, region regulatory differences, and fragmented policies. However, the YASH and the Cloud FX partnerships are helps EMEA enterprise address these issues by providing AI-driven cost optimizations, centralized governance, and automated compliances, ensuring the cost efficiencies, continuous governance, and regulatory compliance across hybrid environment.
Okay, thanks for clarifying that. Question number two, and that's one for Prashant. How does FinOps drive accountability and measurable savings in hybrid cloud environments, and which KPIs ensure continuous cost optimizations?
So very good question, Val. FinOps certainly is one of the key frameworks that is emerging from last, we would say 5 to 7 years, because it brings in the concept of accountability within the enterprises for the overall cloud spend. And that's why we are seeing most of the modern enterprises are already on their journey to adhere to the FinOps framework and various policies and the best practices defined by it. Now, generally what we have seen in our experience, either an enterprise implements FinOps in a very proactive way by enforcing certain, intelligent governance. And secondly, it can also be, implemented by enforcing certain accountability measures. And that's where some of the, tooling automation comes into the picture for making sure that each and every resource is allocated. You have right tagging mechanism in place. And this in turn also brings teams, it gives a sense of ownership to the teams that they own the expenses they're incurring in the cloud. And while the automation, chargeback, showback models facilitate the responsible usage and tracking, the governance and policies prevent the problem of overspending because you are being more proactive in your approach. And we have seen measurable, savings can be achieved by implementing certain practices like resource right sizing, auto scaling, power scheduling, and bringing in overall organizational awareness about the overall cloud spend. Now, the key question for the businesses certainly become that, hey, how do I make sure that my FinOps investments are driving ROI? So again, this is done using some of the business KPIs that we believe we have explored in the last few years with some of the large enterprise customers. That some of the KPIs you can call it as what is the overall cloud cost efficiency, which means how well my cloud investments are going, how well am I optimized. And again, this is one single metric that can tell a CXO how well am I doing in my FinOps journey. And again, FinOps is a sum total of adherence to the framework, defining the organization structures, having some dedicated roles to evangelize FinOps within the enterprise, and also using the cutting edge automation to bring in overall efficiency in the system. And that's where the KPIs become important. The other KPIs that we seen are very effective are cost allocation accuracy, the resource utilization rates, what's the waste reduction, and again these are all measured and tracked, and it brings in the overall progress roadmap for an enterprise. And the idea is to foster the culture of continuous improvement, ensuring ongoing cloud costs are aligned with the business expectations.
Great, great, great. Thanks for that. That's again for you, Prashant. So, governance often slows innovation if implemented rigidly. How can it be made agile and automated in hybrid environments?
Well, again, this is a very key question for some of the large enterprises, and specifically in the EMEA, wherein the data governance and sovereignty becomes extremely critical. And in my opinion, certainly automation is the key again. We've been an automation company from over a decade, and we embrace how automation helps solve the key challenges within the governance domain as well. Now, look, governance can be made agile without being an impedance by utilizing smart automation. And that's where the policy as a code comes into the picture, wherein you can have and enable automated mechanisms that are generally implemented through the cloud management tools. And there can be various ways to enforce that through the automation. Using policy as a code, organizations can embed their security, compliance, and even cost rules directly into the automation workflows. And this ensures that the policies are enforced dynamically without hindering the speed of innovation. And we all understand that non-adherence to the governance and certain compliance related requirements can have some serious business impact as well. So again, adhere to the governance, but yes, in a smarter way using automation. And now further to this, we have been leveraging AI and ML for various use cases like anomaly detection, predictive insights, enabling proactive governance rather than reactive restrictions, which are imposed later on and seen as a rigid mechanism. So again, I mean, the key is simple. The approach should balance the need for enforcing governance without compromising the agility. And again, that's for that, the automation is the key.
Okay, thanks. Question number 4, and that's one for Parvez. What does an ideal hybrid governance operating model look like when powered by automation?
Yeah, so first of all, a good question, Val, and this this must understand on that one. So it rests on the sorry about that. It rests on the three pillars like visibility, which a unified view across multi-cloud, cost, compliances, and security, control like AI-driven enforcement of cost and compliance rules, accountabilities, which clear ownership and chargeback models. Okay. And an ideal hybrid governance operating model powered by automations like always ensures seamless policy enforcement, cost optimization, and regulatory compliances across both the cloud and on-premise environment. When integrate with YASH and CloudFX capabilities, this model becomes even more powerful by providing an AI-driven governance, continuous optimization, and real-time compliances across hybrid state. Like how YASH and CloudFX enables organization for this, like unified governance across multi-cloud and on-premise environment, ensuring consistent policy enforcement with the policy as a code achieve AI-driven cost optimizations, which is a real-time monitoring helping organizations continuously optimize cloud usage and manage cost. automation, security compliances, foster IT and finance collaboration, like through integrated FinOps framework with automated cost allocation and chargeback models to ensure financial accountability. And then last, like scale and adapt governance across regions with multi-cloud integrations, ensuring the compliance with the local data sovereignty laws while maintaining the global oversight.
Okay, great. Let's bring AI into the picture. So, a question to you, Prashant. What real value does AI bring to FinOps beyond dashboards, and can it enhance compliance and governance beyond cost management?
Well, certainly, AI is certainly a breakthrough in the world of FinOps for us, and for the real value that it actually brings onto the table. So we believe AI elevates FinOps by automating resource optimization and predicting your future costs. And our models are pretty well trained from over the course of time, and they're fairly accurate as we speak now. And especially the anomaly detection part of it, that's very interesting. Now, just beyond the dashboards, AI use cases enables enterprises to create your dynamic right sizing strategy based on the actual usage patterns. Your cost forecasting becomes more accurate. That's where the forecasting becomes critical. It has to be accurate. Everybody can forecast, but how accurate my forecasting is, how well I'm able to define my budgets, for example. Am I burning my budgets just halfway through? So it has to be fairly accurate. We won't say 100%, but the accuracy should be fairly accurate. So now again, the anomaly detection, like I said, helps to prevent the wastage. It also helps us some of the use cases to enhance the overall compliance through pattern recognition. Now such as unauthorized access or misconfigurations, these can easily identified using artificial intelligence. Now AI can also help enforce governance policies and very intelligently, and this helps to identify the deviations in near to real time and even trigger the automated remediations. Again, one part of it is smartly understanding the concerns or the issues, be it on the compliance side or the cost side, but also there has to be an ability to mitigate it, which is where the automated remediation comes into the picture. So this, overall helps us improve the overall security and compliance levels beyond just mere the cost management, because both are critical to an enterprise.
Okay, thanks for that insight. The question around implementation and best practices, and that's one for you, Professor. So, for organizations starting this journey, what's a proven approach to build cost governance maturity?
Yeah, so that's governance is very much important for anything to achieve the result. Okay, and for organizations embarking on their cost governance journey in the hybrid cloud environments, a proven approach to build governance maturity involves several stages. Each stage focus on enhancing visibilities, controlling costs, or ensuring compliance while scaling and optimizing cloud operations. YASH recommend a proven approach to cost governance maturity, which considers assess and discourse, like gain in visibility into current cloud state and set governance objectives, standardize and implement cost allocations, like establish cost models, budgeting and forecasting, automate and enforce governance policies, like use policy as a code, which Prashant talked about, automations and real-time monitoring for consistent governance, optimize and measures, like continuously optimize cloud resources, cost and governance, scale and integrate, like integrate cost governance across business units and ensure ongoing collaborations, continuous improvements, like refine the governance model as a cloud strategy and business needs involve. How Yash and Cloud FX help here? Yash bring the deep expertise in cloud transformation, FinOps consulting, and managed services to ensure that your governance, cost optimization framework scale effectively across multi-cloud environment. Cloud FX powers the governance journey with the AI-driven automations, real-time monitoring, and predictive analytics to continuously optimize cloud costs and ensure compliance scales.
Okay, all right. Question number 7. Challenges to avoid. Prashant, what are common pitfalls organizations should avoid in hybrid cost management?
Well, some of the common challenges that we see most of the enterprises are facing is the problem of complexity they are, handling at the moment. So the way or by the design a private cloud operates, it's completely, I would say, different than how a on-premise or a utility-based computing works. And that's where we have seen there is a strong need for governance and unification to have a one strategy for your overall hybrid landscape. Now, and again, there are some very practical challenges that we are seeing enterprises are facing with. I mean, look at the existing data sources, the current metadata for FinOps. I mean, we struggle to even capture that, the data sources, the mechanisms to capture that, to create at least the common data fabric. I mean, these are very practical challenges that we have seen. It's again the virtue of complexity. And again, the way we see every enterprise, even the MSPs who we work with, there still are two tracks running in parallel. One is completely for the legacy IT or the on-premise, and second is for the cloud services. And again, they have different nature. But again, to have a consistent uniformity between these helps us abstract the overall problem of complexity. That's where the automation, a more holistic approach comes into the picture. I mean, most of the enterprises still lack the consistent tagging and the cost attribution, for example, right? So again, that's a very practical challenge. Now, most of them still lack the unified governance and automation strategy, like I said earlier, and Pravesh also touched based on it. They underestimate the importance of continuous monitoring and the utilization from the way in which they want to look at it, not just what is provided by the native cloud providers. So you need to have your inside out way of monitoring the services and driving your inferences towards the overall cost saving objective, your KPI building, etc. And most of the enterprises still rely on the native reports and some of the existing static reports, that rather than switching to the dynamic and automated insights that can be delivered. So to avoid these, I think organizations should focus on the flexible policies, have a right intent, and it should be driven from the leadership. There has to be a sponsor and a common flow through to the down with the shared set of responsibilities. Again, it's, I think, an overall endeavor that an organization should take to avoid these pitfalls.
Okay, thank you, Prashant, for clarifying these challenges. So we are now at our conclusion. Parvez, this is a question for you. What are the top 3 actions EMEA IT and finance leaders should take in 2025 to ensure cost efficiency and compliance in hybrid environments?
Yeah, so as now we are in the end of 2025 and 2026 is approach, the top the regions, or you can say the threes are like adopt region like awareness, embedded GDPR, DORA, and ISO 27001 compliances into the automation layers. Unified FinOps across borders, like manage cost visibilities, local currencies, and unified billing across multi-cloud. And as 2026 approaches, like an IT and finance leaders in EMEA region will face evolving challenges in cost efficiency and compliance within the hybrid cloud environment. So here are the top 3 challenges adding to that, like embrace predictive cloud cost management and AI-driven automation. Why it is important? As hybrid environments continues, grow complexity and traditional manual costs are there actually. And then the strengthen regulatory compliances with advanced security and data residency controls. As the regulatory landscape become more complex with evolving law like NIS2, DORA, GDPR, EU, and the organization must ensure they are hybrid cloud environments and then drive cost functional collaborations, unified cost and compliance dashboards. As the hybrid cloud environment expands, collaboration between IT, finance, business becomes essentials kind of thing. Okay. So how YASH help on all these things? For example, like embrace predictive cost management, AI or automation. YASH with the cloud effects offers an AI-powered financial optimization resource management, which ensures cost efficiencies predictively in the cloud operations. Strengthening the regulatory compliances with advanced security and data residencies. YASH ensure that regulatory compliance with GDPR, NIS2, and ISO 27000 integrate compliance requirement into the cloud governance and framework. However, other side, CloudFX provides CSPM tools for the real-time security posture monitorings or compliance environments, other things are there. And drive cost functional collaborations and unified cost and compliance dashboards. YASH delivers a unified cost and compliance dashboard that provides a real-time visibility to both IT and finance teams, like promoting collaborations with the CloudFX supports centralized cloud governance with the platform that ensure both cost optimization, compliance management, which are easily tracked across hybrid environment.
Okay, great insights, gentlemen. Thanks for that. So thank you for joining today's session. To explore how YASH Technologies and cloud effects are helping global enterprises achieve measurable savings and governance maturity through AI-driven FinOps, please reach out to us, to our team, or even schedule a demo after this session. Gentlemen, again, thank you very much for your insights and your expertise in this matter. Everyone, have a great rest of the day. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. See you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Parvez. Thank you, Val.
Thank you,
Have a
Val.
good day.
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you.